Open education means opening possibilities for sharing ideas, research, and for learning.
Open education means upholding our responsibility to make knowledge widely available.
Open education for me is actually a kind of a broad concept because it's this idea that we have the responsibility and the opportunity to share knowledge freely and openly.
My name is Audrey Ricke, and I've been working here at IU Indianapolis for 10 years. I am a teaching professor in the Department of Sociology and Anthropology. Personally, OER has enabled me to share freely pedagogical ideas with others, as well as to have access to materials without a paywall.
It also invites collaboration in ways that maybe go beyond a kind of traditional understanding of scholarship. Elizabeth Kryder-Reid, go by Liz. I am a Chancellor's Professor Emerita.
Having information freely available is a way for more people to build on it and make the work better. My name is Holzman. I am a professor of art history and museum studies. I have a joint appointment in the Department of Interdisciplinary Studies in the School of Liberal Arts and also in the Department of Art Education, Art History, and Art Therapy at the Herron School of Art and Design. So Teaching Toxic Heritage is a really cool open educational resource that builds on a lot of work that's being done by a number of people in the area of toxic heritage.
It actually stems from a longstanding project that we've done looking at the histories of environmental harm and their intersections with memory practices. Both in terms of how do we think of places of environmental harm as part of our shared heritage, and then how do heritage sites address issues of environmental harm.
It's a great way to engage in all the ways and impacts that our consumption habits have, our daily consumption habits have, on not just our lives, but lives of various communities that we might not even know are out there and the impacts. And so in that regard, it's definitely worth taking a look at and exploring.
We've offered programs in faith-based communities that were interested in issues of environment and ethics, in our city parks, which have these, not just the great outdoors, but also many of them have exhibit spaces and public programs, so we've been able to connect with those public audiences, and that's been really rich, in addition to teaching them in our classes.
We are always thinking about informal learning in community context and also community-led learning experiences, and I actually think that is one of the especially valuable things about an OER. If you're a student at a university, because of open access policy around educational fair use, you actually have free access to a lot of stuff.
It's really kind of encouraged me to be really creative about active learning and not just the standard, writing aspect or presentation aspect, but other creative ways students can engage with the material.
What we're committed to is producing knowledge in partnership with community and doing it in ways that are relevant, both addressing their concerns and needs, and then also looping back in and sharing those results. So in terms of an educational resource, it makes it all the richer to have something that students can learn in that same way by collaborating and by engaging in community issues and seeing the application of knowledge to real-world concerns.
In turn, for the faculty member, OER sometimes allows the ability to track views. So then you're able to talk about the impact your creative work or your scholarly work is having outside of the IU system. So in that regard, you can not only benefit others, but also talk about the benefit to your own growth as a scholar.
In my view, we've had some really good success using the OER in our classrooms and in the university setting, but I actually have a sneaking suspicion that it has the potential to be even more powerful in community contexts where people aren't already connected to the great resources of like a university library.